This is the third part of the series. Already we have discussed 8 questions. In this video, we shall discuss the balance questions from 9 to 16 of section A. Let us go straight into the lesson. Question. In the ordinal utility analysis, the budget line cannot slope positively. Defend or refute the statement with a reason. Answer. The statement is defended. A budget line cannot take a positive slope. It always slopes negatively because it is obtained by assuming the income and prices of two goods are given. A downward sloping budget line clearly shows a consumer can buy more of one good only by reducing the purchase of another good. A positive sloping budget line implies that when a consumer buys more of one good, he automatically buys more of the other good also. This condition is possible when the consumer's income varies, but the consumer's income is given. It is unchanged. Hence, there is no chance for the budget line to take a positive slope. Next question. Why is Indian currency regarded a fiat money? Answer. Indian currencies are accepted by domestic people as money because of their legal status. It is fiat money because the face value of the coins is always much higher than the face value of the metal used for its creation. The paper currencies, as such, have no value at all. In short, face value of Indian currency is greater than its intrinsic value. Next question. What is demand pull inflation? Answer. The aggregate demand and aggregate supply curves of the graph alongside are drawn measuring price along the y-axis and output along the x-axis. Up to the price P3, aggregate supply curve slope upwards as aggregate demand increases. At price P3, the aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. It is full employment equilibrium. When the aggregate demand curve shifts upward further, there is no more resource to exploit, so output remains constant. Aggregate supply curve becomes vertical, so the full impact of the increase in aggregate demand falls on price. The price increases from P3 to P4. This increase is demand pull inflation. This explanation is purely for your understanding. In the examination, it is enough if you give the definition of demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation is caused by excess demand in the economy when aggregate demand exceeds aggregate supply at full employment. Next question. A firm under perfect competition faces a perfectly elastic demand curve, whereas demand curve faced by it under monopolistic competition is less than perfectly elastic. Justify the statement. Answer. Under perfect competition, price is determined in the industry by demand and supply. The firm cannot fix its own price for its product. It has to accept the price. It is a price taker. The only option open to the firm is to sell as much as it can at the market determined price. So, demand curve is perfectly elastic. Under monopolistic competition, firms are producing differentiated products and compete with one another. The firm has control over price of its product. It can try to sell more by reducing the price. The demand curve slopes downward. Since there is competition among the firms, a firm's demand curve is less than perfectly elastic. Next question. State any two features of a monopsony market. Answer. 1. There is a single buyer in the market. 2. The buyer has the market power to influence the price because the sellers have to sell their product only to this buyer. Next question. The Union budget for the year 2025-26 goods and services tax on soaps has been fixed at 18%. Why is this tax regressive in nature? Answer. 18% GST on soap is regressive in nature because GST is uniform for all income groups, but the money burden felt by poor households is higher when compared with rich households. This can be explained with the help of an example. Price of Dettol soap pack is 150 rupees. 18% GST is 27 rupees. A higher income group household buys it. Its income is 5000 rupees. In this case, the burden of GST is only 0.5% of its income. A low income group household also buys the same pack. Its income is only 500 rupees. In this case, the burden of GST is 5.4% of its income. Comparatively, money burden on low-income households is greater. Thus, GST is regressive in nature. Next question. Explain how deficit in balance of payments can be corrected by raising domestic rate of interest on savings. Answer. Higher interest rates attract foreign capital inflow. This increases foreign exchange reserves. It will improve the balance of payments position. Our discussion ends here. We have completed 2026 March Section A questions. In the next video, we shall start answers to Section B questions. வணக்கம்.